One thing you're doing that is great is you're staying sane by doing a sort of a live stream on Twitter. And what's really nice is that your fans, you got a lot of fans, they get to talk to you and they get to ask you absurd questions. And then you answer.
That is the best thing about it, because podcasts are great and shows are great, but I think that the audience is watching other people talking to each other. Whereas this, I'm actually talking to them and I'm answering their questions. And some of the questions are really good. In fact, I want to do it live and use some of their questions, because they range from really interesting philosophical questions to just ridiculous questions. But it's really good fun. And you're right, it keeps me sane, and it's free, and it's like a big sort of online club. So I'm really enjoying that. Yeah.
What kind of questions have you gotten that you've really liked? Where fans?
One question was, they know I love sort of science and nature, and they said, "What is the most amazing fact about nature?" And that's really because it makes you think, because it's so amazing. My answer was, humans are more closely related to salmon than salmon are to sharks. So it shows the vastness, the length of time, the number of generations in evolution. And then someone asked me, would I rather have thumbs for nipples or nipples for thumbs? So
what's your answer?
That's the difference. I said I'd rather have thumbs for nipples, because then I could hitchhike while reading a book.
I think I want the nipples on the thumbs. I want nipples.
Really?
Yeah, because then I can wear mittens and constantly be arousing myself and no one knows. Just wearing mittens and I'm just constantly in a state of full arousal, but
also,
everyone else, my hands are cold.
If they were functioning, if they were lactating nipples, you'd be able to have a little bit of sustenance, wouldn't you?
Yes, you'd have a sip of black coffee and then
yeah. I mean, you'd be a grown, very famous 6'6" man sucking his thumb, right, in public. Well, you go, no, it's nipples. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm like, no, it's a nipple. And they go, okay.
Trust me, they'd all know that I was the guy who kept trying to hang himself while masturbating. So in the hierarchy of embarrassing things I'm doing, this is nothing.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing. There's a nice one. If a time traveler comes to your door from 25 years in the future and you're allowed to ask him one question, which I thought was really good as well. What would you ask him?
I would say, how was I murdered? I would want to know, because I know someone's going to kill me. It's inevitable. I would say, and I might even be more specific and say, how did Ricky Gervais murder me? And
exactly. Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, well, what Ricky did was really clever.
It was the old collapsing wardrobe trick. Columbo worked it out
your
straight
masturbating
away.
Bar.
And I get a lot of cats and dogs. As you know, obviously, that's what social media is for. And I like it. The cats and dogs, they ask questions from their perspective. There's one dog that called Bella, who's a whippet, that asked me questions. And one of her questions was, I see you've won a lot of awards, but have you ever found a really good stick and taken it all the way home?
True. Who's to say what's the bigger accomplishment? Who's to say?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.